I'm Little Micro, and welcome back, and yes, welcome back to Ascendant Hearts. This is totally the first time I'm doing this recording. Not really audio issue, so I had to scrap the other one. But I'm going to do better with this episode. So last time we were here, we left off and we left Dr. Takizawa's laboratory because apparently he has to spend 3 days in order to just look at flowers and do research. So we're just hissing around and doing random things. I guess we're just going to continue on with the story. Okay, so forgive me if I seem a little boring during this next part. It's because I did it once already, but now I have to do it again. But I'm going to try to make it more exciting. So just, I don't know, bear with me. Okay. Well, every day we don't stop, the Dark Wolves is one more day than they could attack. Lightshire has been fortunate enough so far, but we can't keep going on like this. Hey, what if we tried to research that legendary magic you told us about? Ascendancy? I thought we decided it had nothing to do with the monsters. We don't know that for sure, and that woman at the Sacred Spring didn't seem like she was there for religious reasons. Yep, that was English. This might still be important. Right, let's split up and see if we can learn anything at all about Ascendancy or Ascendant magic. We'll meet at the inn this evening to share our findings. Agreed? Agreed. Okay. Alright, well here we go then. It feels weird to be here by myself. I look around for someone to talk to and finally approach the counter where we turn in quests. Excuse me. Yes? Have you ever heard of Ascendancy? Have I heard of what? Ascendancy. It's also called Ascendant magic. Is that a new method of flight? Not even close. Oh, then I have no idea. Oh, thanks anyway. As I look for someone else to ask, she calls after me. Hey, you're the new guy who joined Shiori's party, aren't you? Yes. Is she going to give me a hard time about Shiori again? The guildmaster was asking about you. Me? Why? No idea. He wanted to know who you are, where you came from, how you ended up working with Shiori, that sort of thing. Well, thing is, I don't come from here. I come from the real world. Somehow I ended up here and I don't know what the hell's going on because I have amnesia. I see. Well, if you see him around, maybe you should talk to him. Alright, thanks for letting me know. It's a little weird though. I know he tried to warn me about Shiori, but what would make the guildmaster take specific interest in me? Well, if I run into him, I'll talk to him. Right now though, I need to focus on asking people about Ascendant magic. That night I arrived at the inn first. I spent the day walking up to random people and asking if they ever heard of Ascendancy or Ascendant magic. No one had. On the plus side, at least they didn't seem put off by me asking. Maybe adventurers ask random questions of strangers all the time. The door opens and Aiko walks in. When she sees me, she joins me at the table. Any luck? No, me neither. I have to wonder if she's actually tried or given her feelings about continuing along a story quest. It'll probably insult her if I ask though, so I keep those thoughts to myself. Shiori bursts into the inn next and runs to our table. Oh boy, do you have some actual news for us, Shiori? You look excited. Did you learn something? Which do you want to hear first, the good news or the bad news? The bad news. Good news. We look at each other. You always ask for the bad news first. That way the good news will cheer you up. If you say so. What's the bad news, Shiori? We can't get into the place where we might learn more about Ascendancy. Excellent! It's fantastic. And the good news? I found a place where we might learn more about Ascendancy. Well, that just went down the hole, didn't it? What was the point of that, if we can't get in? Thanks. Anyway. Yeah, it really only works if I give the good news first. Well, what is this place, and why can't we go there? And why did she look so excited when she came in if she didn't find anything that could actually help us? I returned to the ancient library of Kur to search for any reference to Ascendant magic. Found one, but it was only a tiny reference. It mentioned Ascendant magic as one of the primary interests of the worshippers at the Temple of Bezal. So what's the problem? Bezal? I've heard of that name. The Temple of Bezal is one of the more popular raids. Raid? You mean like a raid quest? You know about raids? Is your memory returning? My memory of RPGs is just fine, thank you. My knowledge of how those things correspond to this world, still not so good. Could you refresh my memory? I don't know much about raids either. Okay, rare adventure item dungeons are special locations filled with powerful monsters, and they always contain fantastic rewards for any adventurer who makes it to the end. Huh, reminds me of Pokemon mystery dungeons. They're called raids because of the acronym, and because at the start, adventurers would rush in to try to raid the rewards before anyone else. That was before they knew the rewards would replenish. Why do they replenish? I assume the monsters get new items ready. Why? Or maybe the gods replace the rewards. That makes sense. No, it doesn't. But, oh, never mind. So if we do this raid, we'll learn more about Ascendant magic? We might. However, the Temple of Bezal is only open to parties with at least 4 members. Oh. Silence descends over us. It was hard enough getting Aiko to join. How can we possibly get a 4th party member? Well, I guess we have to try, right? Yeah, that's... Last time when we posted a request for a healer, we left to wait. This time, we stay in the hopes of roping in anyone who seems even a little interested. Our request is simple. We need a temporary party member for a single quest at the Temple of Bezal. One by one, adventurers walk to the board to look over quests. One by one, they read our notice and turn away without more than a quick glance in our direction. By the time 5 people have ignored our request, I'm a bit annoyed. It's time to take a more direct approach. When the next adventurer reads it, I step forward. Hi! What are you doing? I'm a new adventurer, and I've never been on a raid before. Want to join my party to help me out? The adventurer gives me a withering stare. By your party, do you mean hers? I glance back at Shiori. Well, yes, we're in the same party. No, thanks. I glare at the adventurers departing back. Grr, this is ridiculous. Another person arrives to check the quests. She reads the notice, she gives us a quick look and turns away. I step forward to stop her. Hey, I'm a new adventurer, and I'd really like to try out this raid. I'm not joining the traitors party. Oh, well, excuse me. No, yeah, I'm gonna stand up for Shiori. There is no logical reason to believe Shiori would betray anyone. Besides, it's just a raid. Why would she betray us on a raid? I'm not taking any chances. Defeated, I stepped back to wait in silence again. Hearing their absurd beliefs about Shiori makes it even worse. She doesn't seem as angry as I expected, though. Annoyed, yes, but not as much as she should be for someone who everyone believes is a traitor. Someone else arrives to look over the quests. She ignores our notice. Then another one arrives. He reads it and shakes his head. Aiko steps forward. Huh? What are you? It's okay. I'm the one the traitor will kill on our quest, so you'll be perfectly safe if you join our party. Don't say things like that. Wait, she believes what? The adventurer leaves, but Aiko waves urgently to the next one who arrives. But won't you join our party? It's just for a single dungeon, and I'm the one who's doomed to die anyway. Stop saying that. Despite her efforts, it still isn't enough to sway anyone. We stay... lost my place. We stay there until late in the evening, when we finally give it up as a lost cause and decide to try again tomorrow. Oh, well, we tried. After a long morning of failed recruitment attempts, we gather at the inn to commiserate, and to have lunch and try to think of a new plan. But mainly commiserate. This is the worst. It's all my fault, I'm sorry. Don't blame yourself. But it is my fault. You two would have better luck forming your own party and asking for 2 new members. What would be the point of that? This is your quest. I stare at her in shock. I expected her to leave at the first opportunity to have Shiori leave our party. She seems to be at a loss for words. Of course, we could give up. Not a chance. Then, I guess we need a new plan. The Temple of Bizal is out. Dr. Takizawa still needs a couple of days to complete his research. I don't suppose either of you have found any references to Ascendancy. Nope, none. Then where do we go from here? Before either of us can answer, an unfamiliar voice cuts through the conversation. You go to the Temple of Bizal. A woman I've never seen before walks up to her table. Not only is she carrying unsheathed daggers, but the very way she moves makes her seem dangerous. I'm sure I'd have noticed someone like her in town. Maybe we did. Doesn't she look familiar? I'll give you a hint. The lady at the sacred spring. Doesn't she look familiar? No, just keep your eyes peeled. From the baffled looks on Shiori and Aiko's faces, they don't know her either. Who are you? My name is Shise. I'm your fourth party member. Now, I'm sorry if I get that name wrong. I don't know how to actually pronounce it. We all stare at the woman. I know we posted a request for a new party member, and we can't exactly afford to be picky about who we take, but I didn't expect someone to approach us so bluntly about it. She sits at the table with us. Well, don't gawk. We need to prepare for the Temple of Bizal. Are we going today? Shiori recovers her composure first. Yes, we can go today, as long as everyone is ready. The sooner we get it over with, the better. Well, sure, why the hell not? Let's go today. Doesn't matter why she wants to join us. We need a party member, and she's interested. That's all I need to know. Hayato, Aiko, neither of you has been on a raid before, correct? That's right. Well, yes. It's not like I can tell her I've gone on raids in MMORPGs, at best. She'll think I'm crazy at worst. MMORPG means something here, and I'll have accidentally declared membership to some secret cult. What about you, Shise? I've gone on many raids. In fact, I've been to the Temple of Bizal many times. Is that why she wants to join us? It's her favorite dungeon or something? Even to overcome even Shiori's reputation? This one will be a little different. We aren't going to grab the rewards and rush for the boss. We need to do research along the way. Research? Supposedly the worshippers were interested in Ascendant magic. That's the legendary power said to allow people to communicate with monsters. You've heard of it? Obviously. Dr. Takizawa would be so happy. Why are you researching it? It could have something to do with the Dark Wolves. And then there was this mysterious woman at the sacred spring. I can't shake this strange encounter from my mind. It couldn't have been coincidence that we were at the sacred spring to investigate the attacks when she appeared, could it? It seemed like she wanted us to leave as quickly as possible, like she had something to hide. Then again, she left before us. Maybe she's naturally antagonistic. On the other hand, in this place, that could have been the start of a side quest. The point is, we want to search the Temple of Bizal for any information about Ascendant magic. Still interested? Yes. Great. When can we leave? Wait, if we're going on the Temple of Bizal raid, we need to stock up on curatives. Good point. Why? I mean, we have a healer. No offense to your healer, but I'd rather not place all our hopes on her. But it's okay. I wouldn't want everyone depending on me anyway. Nevertheless, she sounds a little put out as she says it. The Temple of Bizal is extremely dangerous, particularly if you plan to poke in every nook and cranny for clues about Ascendant magic. Okay. She rises from the table. I'll stock up on items. We watch her leave the inn and then exchange baffled glances with one another. Is it just my amnesia, or is this a little weird? On one hand, people join new parties all the time. Some adventurers wait around until a party has an opening, especially if it's for a specific quest. She did say she has a lot of experience at the Temple of Bizal. She might be a professional raider. And on the other hand, I find it hard to believe we're the only party planning to do this raid in the near future. Why did she pick us? Maybe she wanted to help us out. Maybe. The dubious note in her voice suggests she doesn't share Aiko's optimistic appraisal of our new party member. Wait a minute, I see where this is going. This is the part where a mysterious person joins us and our party becomes divided due to mistrust and lack of communication. Oh no, I'm not letting that happen. Let's ask her about it. What? Ask? You walk up to her and say, why do you want to join our party? Easy. And if she doesn't answer, well, she will. They both look a little skeptical about that, but I stand up and lead the way out of the inn. Oh boy. Sorry about that. There you are. I bought several curatives. Add me to your party so we can all use them. Add her to the party? How? When Aiko joined, she just joined. The party leader needs to add me. I glanced over my shoulder as Shiori and Aiko joins us. Shiori, is there a way to add Shise to our party? Yes, but first, she fixes Shise with an intense stare. You see this? This is my intense stare. I don't know why, but I'm staring at you intently. Am I intimidating you yet? Anyway, why do you want to join our party? I winced. When I said it at the inn, it had a casual, curious tone. Shiori, however, makes it sound like an accusation. I have my reasons. What are they? For the time being, I prefer to keep that information to myself. My heart sinks. Has anyone else offered to join your party? No? Then you need me if you want to enter the Temple of Bizal. She's right. I glance at Shiori and give a tiny nod. She doesn't look happy, but she sighs. Fine, you're in. Perfect. Once again, she leaves first. As she heads toward the field, we follow at a slower pace. Now what? It's an awfully strange that she won't tell us why she wanted to join. Well, we're just gonna keep an eye on her. It doesn't seem overly suspicious, but this world doesn't play by the rules I know. Everyone here thinks Shiori could be a treacherous party member, because apparently traitors show up often enough to make it a valid concern to them. Good idea. If she makes a false move, we strike. Strike? I really hope it doesn't come to that. Outside of town, I look around. For the first time, I realize I've never traveled far from Lightshire. The library, the sacred spring, Dr. Takizawa's lab. It's a good hike to reach them, but nothing much when I consider that there's an entire world out there. Where is the Temple of Bizal? Do you remember the forest where we gathered eggs? How could I forget? Indeed. What happened? Is there a story here? Yeah, there's a story here. We're not going to talk about it, though. We don't have time for stories. Oh, okay. Her flat tone leaves no room for an argument. Her new party member is not one for wasting time, it seems. She makes her point even clearer when she starts through the field without us. I guess she really wants to go on this raid. We hurry enough to catch up to her. Anyway, once you go through the forest, you'll eventually reach another forest. The Temple of Bizal is in there. What's in between? In between what? The forests. Nothing. Then, isn't it a single forest? No, you'll see. Somehow she makes its simple phrase sound foreboding. When we reach the forest, I'm getting tired. She's as far ahead of us, although still within sight. On one hand, I'm glad we've stopped to fight, and wow, that was English, I'm sorry. I'm glad we haven't stopped to fight anything. On the other hand, a small rest couldn't hurt. Aiko and I are both lagging behind. Several yards ahead of us, Shiori looks back every now and then to make sure we're still there. My next skill point is going into endurance. There's an endurance skill? I really hope so. She stops and hunches over as she tries to catch her breath. Phew, not used to this. I stop as well. Shiori, wait up a minute. She turns and walks back to us with a frown. You two really need to improve your physical capabilities if you hope to make it as adventurers. I know, but for now, can't we take a quick rest? I am the party leader after all. Right, now keep an eye on that girl, Shise. She cups her hands around her mouth and shouts to Shise, who gets further away with each passing moment. Hey! Shise! Hey! No response. She scowls and shakes her head. I'll go get her. She breaks into a run to chase down Shise. Those two aren't exactly going to be best friends, are they? Atiko sits down on a nearby tree stump. I don't know why Shees is in such a rush. Me neither. The forest is quiet as we catch our breaths. Occasionally a flapper soars by above us, but none of them attack. Time passes with no sign of Shiori or Shees. The forest gets even quieter. Is it just me, or is it getting a little too quiet here? She's right. The forest no longer feels peaceful so much as dead. She stands up, and I place my hand on the weapon in case something happens. A twig snaps in both whirl around. The stranger and I shout at the same time. You again? Wow. Okay, no, her hair is different, but doesn't she look familiar? For some reason, that seems to remind me of Shees. I mean, the way she's holding the daggers, and the way the feather is positioned in her hair. I could just be talking out of my butt, but Aiko puts her hands in front of her defensively as she is expected to be shoved into something. Seeing this woman at the sacred spring was one thing, but meeting her on her way to the temple of Bizal too? It can't be a coincidence. Once again, we accuse each other in unison. Are you following us? I pause. Us? Gah. Well, there she goes. I look around for any sign of who she's traveling with, and she dashes away. Wait! I take a step forward toward her, but she's already vanished into the trees. That was weird. Could she be investigating Ascendant magic too? Approaching footsteps make us both jump, but it's only Shiori and Shees. Did something happen? You two look like you've seen a ghost. The woman from the sacred spring was here. What? She asked if we were following her. Strange. We don't have time for this. If you've rested enough, let's continue on. As impatient as ever. I wonder how Shiori convinced her to go back for us at all. Maybe she at least realized that she can't get into the Temple of Bizal without her full party. With a sigh, Aiko and I rejoin them and continue on through the forest. Excellent. Whoa. Oh my god. Okay, that is much different than what we were in just now. 1 minute we were walking between normal trees, but the next minute... Now do you understand why the two forests are considered separate? Yeah. Keep moving, we're almost there. She marches on as steadfastly as if we're not in an evil forest of doom. Of course, if the Temple of Bizal is her favorite raid, she must be used to it. We keep walking, but I can't help but feel uneasy. Why does it look like this? The Temple of Bizal has corrupted the land around it. Corrupted? What about the monsters? Nothing lives out here. That's a relief. At least if the temple's corruption makes the forest look this bad. I can't imagine what corrupted monsters must look like. All corrupted beings moved into the temple to be closer to their god. That is not comforting at all. We're going to see them inside? It wouldn't be much of a raid if there weren't monsters now, would it? I knew I didn't want to be an adventurer. I'm starting to remember why I didn't want to be one either. And there's something in the temple about Ascendant magic. Like I said, the worshippers were researching it. While the creepy monsters were there, of course, the worshippers were corrupted too. Somehow, I can hear the capital letters. She keeps mentioning worshippers, not worshippers. Great, of course, because there's a difference. It's not a casual people who go to the temple to worship sort of word, but a specific term used to describe a group or a cult. I open my mouth to ask just what sort of temple this is, and then a dark, creepy building comes into view. We both stop dead and stare at it. Up ahead, Shees apparently realizes we stop following her. What's the holdup? We're coming! It's their first time seeing the Temple of Bizal, remember? It's awe-inspiring when you're not used to it. Awe-inspiring. That's one word for it. The three of us follow Shees toward the temple doors, and I just hope it looks less ominous on the inside. Ah, well then. So much for looking less ominous inside. This place makes my head hurt. Shiori, what sort of place is the Temple of Bizal? This doesn't look anything like the church back in Lightshire. Why would it? It has nothing to do with our religion. The worshippers are generally considered to be a cult. Ah, just like I just said. I'd never have guessed. So this Bizal god that they worship, Bizal isn't the name of their god, it's the name of their land. Then why is it called the Temple of Bizal? Because that's where it's from. She looks at me as though I'm dense. I try to work my way through this. You mean this building itself originally came from another country called Bizal? That's right. The worshippers transported it here? No. Please don't tell me it walked. Oh no. Thank goodness. Then how did it get here? No one knows, but we suspect secret worshippers used dark rituals to open a portal which transported their temple here. Seriously? Wouldn't most people just build a new temple? Also, may I just mention the music in the background? That is an excellent score. I absolutely love it. It's so good. Did you say the dark rituals? Yes. Are we going to meet the worshippers? Running into crazy cultists on the raid never occurred to me. I wonder how the adventuring rules handles humans fighting other humans. It probably isn't good. No, we should run into them. They have long since abandoned the Temple of Bizal. I thought you said they didn't mind the corrupted monsters running around. They didn't. According to the stories, the Temple of Bizal became a haven for the worshippers to study arcane magic, perform the rituals, and of course worship Ascendant. Oh, good lord. Okay, if that's the name of the god, then God bless you. Huh? That wasn't a sneeze. Hayato. Azinorath is the god's name. Azinorath? Really? I looked at the temple and think about the name. Did I take a wrong turn and wander out of RPG land into some Lovecraftian horror game? I don't know. Maybe. Everyone stay focused. It's hard to stay focused in a place that looks like this. Where should we look for clues? The worshippers conducted research here, so we should find some sort of library or archives. Something about what she said nags at my thoughts, like I forgot something important. Disturbed by more than just the building, I walk with the others deeper into the temple. Okay, that actually scared me. That is an excellent looking monster. It looks really badass. But unfortunately, I'm gonna have to end this episode here. I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and I hope you are all enjoying this series. I know I am. I absolutely love this game. Before I end the video here, please go check out my good friend Michael's channel. His channel there will be a link in the description down below, and as well as my friend Eric. There will be a link in the description down below to his channel. Go check them out. Go give them some love and some support, because they are awesome people and they do amazing things and they do really good content on their channels. So go check them out. And thank you so much for watching. And like always, I will catch you all in the next video. Stay awesome. Bye.